Hey, everybody, and thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of Faithfully Her. I am your girl, Liana Michelle, and today we have a very special woman on with us. She is an entrepreneur. She is a GC4 Enterprise author of the book To Thy Own Self Be True, and she hails from Atlanta, Georgia. And we are going to jump in with her and get all up into all her businesses. We're going to talk about her book and the inspiration behind it and everything. So I hope you guys are ready for a great segment today. So I want you all to put your hands together and give a big round of applause to Miss India Lee. Yay! Girl, my little clap track. I love that little clap track.
I love it.
So how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm so excited to be on your show. I'm just excited. I'm happy you had me. I'm happy to be here, and I'm doing great.
Well, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence and, choosing our platform to come on and discuss all the wonderful things that you have going on. So let's jump into this book because I was reading the jacket, and it sounds so interesting. So I can't wait to purchase a copy and reading it. So let's go into To Thy Own Self Be True. Talk to us about that.
Okay, so To Thy Own Self Be True is the first book of a 3-book series. So I have two more copies coming out, and the first copy, To Thy Own Self Be True, Confessions of a Boss Chick Memoir, is just basically telling how I grew up, what inspired me to go as hard as I go today. A lot of people, they just kind of see where you are like today. They don't know the struggles that you had to go through to get to where you are. They just look at the glory part. So I just wanted to show people that, hey, I went through the struggle as well. I was homeless with my mom, living in a shelter. I went through things that a lot of people have and a lot of people haven't went through, but the overall thing that I want my readers to know is that you can overcome anything that you go through. Don't let your obstacles determine how far you go in life. If anything, your obstacles should make you want to be better and make you want to strive and do more in life. So that was my message, my overall message for writing the book. I just wanted to let people know that no matter what you go through, you can still overcome everything that you've been through. And, my overall message to my readers, always make boss moves. No matter what you go through, no matter what's happening in life, always make boss moves and always think boss minded. So that was my point for, just writing the book and just trying to get my message out there to my readers.
So give me a breakdown for you from your perspective of what a boss mind is or boss moves. What did they look like or what do they look like for you? Because
basically,
I'm sorry. I was just going to say, a lot of people always say boss up or I'm a boss or I'm this or I'm that. But they may not, you know what I'm saying? Like it means something different for everybody. And just because you say it don't mean that that's what you're doing.
Exactly.
So give us a breakdown on that.
It's all about your mindset. It's all about your mentality and your mindset. And when I say make boss moves, I mean make the best decision for you. You can't, a lot of people try to look at things how like it's doing for another person. Like they may say, I want to go do this because I see my friends doing it. It's successful for them. Or she has a clothing store. I'm going to go open me a clothing store. You have to do what works for you. Just because it works for someone else, that doesn't mean that it's going to work for you. And I'm not going to lie. I struggle every day with just, trying to stay grounded with a lot of things because with success, sometimes it comes overnight. So it's kind of hard to just stay grounded. So when I tell people to make boss moves, I mean make the best decision, the best moves for you. Think realistically. Don't think off action. Don't think off anger. You know, sit down, process it before you make the decision that you're gonna make. Because a lot of times that one decision could just mess you completely up. Mm-hmm. So, and I know for me, I still, you know, have to stop and think about a lot of things before I do them. And my significant other, he tells me that all the time. Just stop, breathe, and think about what you're gonna do before you do it. So that's what I mean by making boss moves. Just elevating yourself to make the best decisions for yourself that you can, with the mindset, you know, to know that this is what I'm gonna do. This is gonna work for me, not just because someone else is doing it.
Right. And you know, I can relate to that. For a long time, I would make decisions and make moves off of my emotional state in that moment. So if my feelings was hurt, if I got angry or whatever it is, I'm not even thinking, I'm gonna just react in the moment. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are reactionary. Yes. So yeah, you know, we react to what's happening in the moment. And then after that moment passed, we like, dang, I should probably did that differently. Or I should have probably said this instead of that. Or I let my emotions get the best of me. And now I go back and make these corrections or these apologies. Yes. And so forth. So I could definitely relate to that.
And then too, I always tell people, don't follow the fads on social media. I just want to say this too. Social media is social media. It's not real. A lot of people live their life based on social media and what they see. Get in your own lane and discover what works for you and what's best for you. Everything that I've done, I'm only 32 years old, but everything I've done up to this far has been best interest for me, not because my friend is doing it, not because I'm following the ways, because it's the best interest for me. And then when you actually do something that you like to do and it works for you, you're going to be more successful at it. So that's why I always tell people, don't do anything that you don't want to do. Don't do anything that you don't like to do. As far as my book, I've always been a reader. I've always been a writer. So just putting my thoughts down into a book, it was easy for me. It was easy for me to write my book because I love to write. You know, I love to read. It literally took me 2 months to write my whole book. 2 months. Wow. It took me 2 months. So that's just dedication and just knowing what I wanted to do and just wanted to get my message out there, because at the end of the day, it's a bigger message that I want people, you know, to realize, and I want people to get from my book, you know. So
this first series is taking you from through your struggles. Is it taking you up to this point?
No, it's taking me. So the first book is basically starting from my childhood up until I began to be an adult entertainer. Okay. And it stops at my adult entertainment career, going into my adult entertainment career. So basically, it talks about everything that led me up to being an adult entertainer. Volume 2 will be my experiences as adult entertainer. And volume 3 will be overcoming being an adult entertainer and where I am today.
All right, girl, go ahead on. And you know what? And I want people to understand that too. Just because you were an adult entertainer, it doesn't put you in a box. It doesn't label you as a specific thing. No. You know what I'm saying? Like you're so much more than that. And yes. I can relate to that because for a while I was in the adult entertainment industry. And, you know, there were certain family members and people who were like, oh my God, we can't believe that's what you're doing. You know, your mom raised you better than that. You're a disgrace and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, but don't none of y'all live my life.
Right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Because this is what I'm doing for this period of time.
That's right.
Does not mean this defines who I am and will be in the future. You know what
That's right. That's right.
Kudos to you, girl.
Thank you. And I know it's kind of off topic, but that's actually how I ended up meeting Jarita. She was my teacher in college. I was dancing and I was going to school paying for dance. I was using my dance money to actually pay for college. And she was my professor in college, and that's actually how I met her. So I've been knowing her since 2008. So it just, yeah, so I tell people all the time, your past does not define your future. You can be anything you want to be if you just get up and do it. That's it. Just get up, make those dreams a reality. That's it.
Right,
That's it.
right. And one thing doesn't define your life.
No.
It does not define you. You know what's the saying? You can't judge a book by its cover.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And
yes.
so many people are so quick to label you, and
yes.
that's all. And it's like, stop, like get away from me.
Yes. Because I'm so bigger than that, and it's crazy because when I tell people that I used to be an adult entertainer, they're like, are you serious? People don't even, because I don't carry myself in that way. And I've accomplished so much more since I've done. It's been almost 6 years since I did adult entertainment. So, at this point, I'm kind of like an old girl, they would say. But, so when I tell people like, I lived that life too, they're just like, really? You really did? Yes, I really did. That's why I'm able to tell my story and to talk to people and relate with people, because I've been there before. I've been there,
Yes, and it's always good to be relatable,
yes.
and to be that voice of hope sometimes for a person that can't see the hope for themselves.
Yes.
To be that relatable person to say, you know what, I've been here, I've done that, sister. You can, if you want more, just put it down as to what you want and start working. Yes. Like, I did it, you can do it.
That's right. That's right.
That's a beautiful, beautiful message that I think that you're putting out in your book and just in an everyday conversation with people. I think that's great. So let's get a little bit deeper into your business.
Okay.
So I see you have some products sitting out there. So as you guys can see, we have the book.
Yes.
Which I love that cover, the silhouette.
Thank you. I wanted, let me just tell you, I wanted to actually put one of my old dancer pictures on the cover of it, but it was a little bit too graphic. So I was not able to use it, but it was a bad picture. Don't get me wrong, but this one, I love it even more. It's even better than the cover that I originally chose. But yes, I just love this cover. I do.
It's very eye-catching because when I got it in the press kit, I was like, oh, I love this cover, just the silhouette. I'm like, girl, let me do some sit-ups.
Yes, yes, girl.
Yes, I love it. And what else do we have sitting out there? I see a jar.
So, yes, I also sell a Shedded Fast. It's called Shedded Fast Fat Eraser Cream. It's a cream that I make. I do sell it. It basically heats your body up so that you will sweat to burn calories. It is a tightener, so it tightens you, it firms you. Basically, you would just put the cream on, put some Saran wrap around the area, and you can just put a waist trainer on if you choose to. If not, it's fine. You can wear the cream just. Oh, sorry. You can wear the cream just working out, or you can wear the cream exercising. It really doesn't matter. It gets the job done. And it's called Shedded Fast Fat Eraser Cream. And it's manufactured by me, all natural products. And I've been selling it now for about 3 years. And it's going really good. It's going really good.
Okay. Now, I'm going to have to get some of that because I was just telling somebody the other day, I have been working out consistently, dieting and everything consistently for like the past 8 weeks. This is the end of my 8-week working out and everything. And I'm losing inches. I done lost 20 pounds and everything, and I have more energy, but I keep saying I have my pregnant pouch. Now, mind you, my son's 26 years old, and I'm still claiming this pregnancy pouch.
That's the pooch pouch, yeah.
Rid of it. So will it help with that stubborn?
It will. It tightens and it firms you. The cream tightens and firms. You just put the cream on, saran wrap the area, put your waist trainer on, and when you take it off, You will see, trust me, you will see the difference. Everybody that uses this cream, they love this cream. This is really like the best selling thing that I have right now. I have other business ventures, but this one is the gold mine. Like everybody loves it.
Okay, well, I'm about to be ordering it up, girl.
Okay, I appreciate
as I call it, my fupa.
Yes, that's what it's called. That's exactly what it's called.
All right, I got to get rid of this fupa, girl. And I'm trying to get like, beach ready. And my best friend and I have been talking about taking a quick little trip and going.
Okay.
And I'm like, girl, I got to get my fupa ready for bathing suits.
This cream gonna get you right. This cream gonna get you right.
All right, you gotta get me fine then.
Yes.
Okay. So what else? What are some of the other products or ventures that you're into?
So I also do permanent and semi-permanent brows. I have a business called Sophisticated Brows. Where we do micro shading, micro blading, and brow of the brows. We do semi-permanent brows. That's just like a brow tint, and that lasts for about a month or so. And then we also do the permanent brows. They're like tattooed on, but they're natural looking, and they last for 2 years. So that's also something I do. I also have a concession business with my sister and my brother and my mom, and it's called My Sister's Concessions. We sell popcorn, snow cone, cotton candy. We also do bouncers for birthday parties, weddings, any type of event that you may have. Also, we have the publishing company, which is CSB Publishing. Half of it is our record label side, and the other half is our publishing side. Me and my husband, we own it and we run it. He does the music side, and I do the publishing side. So I'm the senior publisher. And then I also have a telemedicine company called Telecare for Me. It's basically an online doctor's office where you can go and visit your doctor online. And I know with the pandemic and stuff that's been going on, a lot of people rather go online than actually go into the doctor's office. So we have services for that as well. And that pretty much, sums everything up that I have going on.
When do you sleep?
Never. Never. We take cat naps around here. We don't get no rest. Even when I'm trying to take a nap, I'm still up. Like I trust me, I don't sleep like that. But I don't mind because I'm doing what I like to do. So I honestly don't mind. I don't.
Right. Okay. So let me ask you, I know I'm going back to the book now.
Mm-hmm.
So you said that this part of the book, you and your mom, you guys had a tough journey and living in shelters and so forth. What was some of the things that kept you going during that tough time?
Just being with my mom. Me and my mom grew up together. I tell people this all the time. My mom wasn't young when she had me, but I was there with my mom when she went through a lot of stuff. So I was able to see a lot of things, get a lot of emotional things, just from her. And honestly, just being with my mom while she was going through the things that she was going through, and we was going through what we was going through, that's really what kept us grounded. That's what made us want more and just made us want to do more. Because like I said, I was there with my mom with her drug use. I was there when we was homeless. I literally was there with her. So to actually go through that struggle with her and to see like how she overcame everything, it just makes me more stronger, and it makes our bond more stronger. And it just lets me know that we can overcome anything as a whole. In the book, I talk about just finding my grandmother brutally murdered. We still have never found out who murdered her to this day. I just really talk about a lot of things in my book, and I really kind of expose a lot of things. But I did it because I want the readers to know that I'm human just like everybody else. I go through things just like everybody else, and I want to be relatable to people. You know, I want people to know just because I'm successful now and I have these things going on now, it wasn't always that way for me. I had to like get it out the mud. I had to do what I had to do. And, you know, just seeing how strong my mother was, because even though she was going through the things that she was going through, she never gave up. My mom, she still worked every day. She still took care of us, even though she had a drug addiction problem. You know, she still was the best mom that she could be. So just seeing that, that's really what kept everything together for me and my family, and just made us stronger, you know.
And you know, I can appreciate that so much because sometimes as children, and I'm speaking like especially for me, as a child, I looked at my mom as this superwoman type of a person, this person who wasn't allowed to make mistakes.
Right.
She was mom. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
look for them to be this perfect picture of what you believe a mom should be. And then as you get older, you realize, like, you know what? My mom makes mistakes too. She's a human being. She's a person. So you have to start giving that grace.
Yes.
Grace to them and realizing. And then once I had my child, especially, I understood, like, you know what? Let me go tell this woman, give her a high five. She did, you know what I'm saying? Like, she did the best she could with what she had, with what she knew, and she held it down. And even when we were eating what I used to call mystery meat, it was still a meal on the table.
That's right. That's right.
So, you know, so kudos to you being able to keep that bond and keep that relationship intact with your mom in spite of her struggles and the things she was going through. Because a lot of kids tend to push that away.
They do. They do. They really do. And I, you know, as an adult, I've had to go back to my mom and just give her a hug and just tell her, you know, thank you for everything, you know, because as a child, you don't really see what your parents go through. You don't see the struggle. You really don't see it until you're old enough to have your own kids and you're living life and you're just like, wow, they really was just doing the best that they could do at the time, you know. So that's why I wanted to get this book out. I dedicated the book to my mom, to my grandmother, because, you know, without them, it just without just going through certain things I went through in life, I would have never been able to write the book, you know. And I've been getting so much positive feedback from people that's already gotten the book. You know, they understand the message, they get it, and it just really makes me happy to hear like that positive feedback from people like, oh my God, your book inspired me so much. I cried when I read this chapter, or I laughed when you said that about your sister. Like, it just really makes me feel so good, you know, to get the message out there.
Yeah, and I think that's beautiful, really, really, and I could just really appreciate the bond that your family have with being in business together. So what is that like now, going from everything that you guys have gone through to now be a family business?
It's amazing. It's amazing. I love working with my brothers and sisters. I'm the oldest, so I just love working with them. They're like, I call them my babies. Even though they're my brothers and sisters, they're still like my kids. I tell them that. So it's like a motherly, sisterly bond. So it's amazing working with my brothers and sisters. We all get along great. We all have the same work ethic. Like, we're go-getters. So we are all up, ready to work, ready to get the job done. It's a beautiful thing. We laugh, we joke, we argue sometimes, but it's all in family fun. Like, everything, we do it as a family. So honestly, it's one of the best businesses I have, because like I said, it's a family business and we're able to get out there and do it as a family. So I love it. I love it, and it's great. It's a great feeling.
I appreciate that. It's something that I wish I had, as far as that tight bond with my siblings and being able to take those adventures and things like that together. So I really commend you guys on that.
Thank you.
And one of the things I always say, now that I'm older and gone through some things, is all of those struggles. A lot of times people will say, you know, if I can go back I would do these things differently. But
Mm-hmm.
when I think about it now, I'm like, nope, if I would go back, I would do things exactly the same.
Yep.
Because everything that I went through set me up for who I am right now.
That's right.
At the end of the day, it was God's plan that got
Mm-hmm.
me here. You know what I'm saying? It was his grace, it was his mercy, it was his design. So you had to go through that struggle. You had to bump your head. You had to learn those hard lessons so you can get to the place you are today, which is a beautiful, successful woman with a beautiful family that is taking all of these ventures on together. So
yes.
again, yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
So let me ask you this. Okay, so with the brow tattoo,
Mm-hmm.
so I have a condition called lupus. And my strand of lupus affects my skin tone. So I've lost hair, I've lost my eyebrows. Like these are literally drawn on and so forth. So with something like the permanent or even the semi-permanent tattooing of the eyebrows, does it leave scarring or how does that process?
No, see, it's basically like a tattoo. So we will go, if you do semi-permanent, we'll literally just do that with like a paste. It's like a tint. It's the same product that you may use for like dyeing your hair, but it's of course it's less sensitive because it is for the brows. So we'll just really tint the brows if you do a brow tint. But if you do the permanent, then we will go in with like it's like a 1-inch needle. It's a little small needle. And it just pricks the top of the skin. And we will go in and just shade the eyebrows in darker. So it would look like it's your permanent brows. It won't look like, because you know how you may see some people have the brow tattoos, but they look like a real tattoo.
Yeah.
These are not like that. We draw like the little fine hairs in, so it'll blend in and it look just like your real your real eyebrows. But it doesn't leave any scarring. It heals up just like a tattoo. You would just have to put like a Vaseline or like an A&D ointment on them, when they dry, so so they won't crack or anything. But the healing process is like 2 to 3 weeks. But once they heal up, they're beautiful. They last a long time. I've done a girl that has lupus before. I've actually done her brows, and her brows came out really, really good. She got the permanent brows, and they're really good. So they look good on people. You just got to make sure you go into somebody that know how to do them, because they permanent. Now you don't want nobody to mess you up,
Right.
So, but yeah, it's a good investment. If you do choose to do it, it's a great investment. It is.
Okay, well, I told you my son stays in Atlanta, and I usually come every June for his birthday. So I'm gonna look you up when I come.
Yes.
I'm gonna call you ahead of time so I can get an appointment.
Yes. And you can book an appointment on my website too. I have my website on Instagram. It's called Sophisticated Brows with a Z at the end of it. And you can book your appointment directly online for what time, date, and everything that you want it for. Do all that.
Okay. Well, I am definitely gonna be doing that, my sister. So I'm gonna stop because girl, I got like a little ruler. So I'm sure it's the right length in between and going up. And
you ain't gotta do none of that.
My God.
You ain't got just come see me. We're gonna hook you up. And the only thing you have to do is just wake up in the morning and go. You don't gotta do none of that.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to that.
Okay.
Get me all the way right. So between the cream snatching my fupa up,
yes,
the brows, girl, you gonna be right.
You gonna be right. You gonna be right. Yes, I got you.
Okay, and there's so many different new makeup things and skincare things that's out there. How did you get started with, or what gave you the idea to get into the body cream for the losing weight?
Girl, let me tell you about this cream. Okay, so everybody always be asking me, because I have a daughter. She's 11 years old. She'll be 12 on the 22nd. So everybody always asks me, like, how do you stay, like, because I have no stomach. And people always like, you don't have a child, you eat what you want to eat, you do what you want to do. how do you always look this good? And I never really told people my secret. I never really just told people. So one day I was just sitting at home and I was really just tired of people kept asking me. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just show people the cream that I use. And you know what? Because I literally sat at home and I just I made the cream up. I went online because I like chemistry also. So I'm a mortician. I went to school for a mortician. So I love chemistry, science, anything with the body. I love it. Okay. So I just went online and just started looking up products, different products, what this product have in it, what can this product do. And I just really got in my kitchen and started experimenting with stuff. And I did this cream and I put the cream on and I started using it right after I had my daughter. This was 11 years ago. And right after I had her, and I've been using it ever since then. Uh-oh.
There you go.
Sorry, my phone is going in and out. But I had been using my cream ever since I had my daughter. So once I had her and she got older and people were still asking me about it, I just decided to like start selling it to people. Instead of just keeping it out to myself, I was like, I'm gonna start selling it and try to help people out. And I've been selling it 3 years and it's been doing good.
God for your chemistry interest, girl.
Yes, it's been doing good. And I have some storefronts. Like I have storefronts now, like this, like a lot of girls. I don't know if you ever heard of the ultrasound cavitation, where they put like an ultrasound thing on your stomach and it's taking like fat calories off within minutes. A lot of people here in Atlanta, they're doing that and they use my cream because normally they would use like the ultrasound gel. But they've been using my cream in replacement for the ultrasound gel, and it's been taking 3 to 4 inches off people's waist within minutes. So I have a lot of big stores and big companies that I've been selling my cream to. So it's been doing really, really well. And they've been buying like big jars of it. So it's been doing really, really well.
Oh my God, look at that blessing, girl, that
yes.
blessing. And you know what I love about what you're doing is you've gone through what you've gone through, and now you're in a position where you can bless other people.
Yes.
You know, and that's special because you know most people just want to hoard it all. You know what I'm saying? But
or if they give it to you, they want to charge you a high for it. $25.
Get out of here.
$25 when I know I can sell it way more than that, but it's not about a profit. It's just about helping people. I'm not trying to capitalize off of anything. I'm not trying to get rich. That's not what I'm trying to do. I literally just want to help people. I still work every day. I work in the healthcare field. I work at the hospital. I'm a patient access representative at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. I just like to help people and I like to give back. So that's literally all I want to do. This book, once I sell 200 copies, I've already sold 100. Once I sell 200 copies, I'm going to actually start passing my book out for free to the homeless shelters and different people that's going through things so they can read my book and be inspired by it. It's a bigger picture and a bigger message that I want to get out to people. You know, it's not about a profit at all.
And you know, God is going to continue to bless you because you have that mindset. Yes. Like you said earlier, that boss mindset.
Yes.
And because you have that mindset and you're not in it just for the dollars, and so you could keep getting bigger and bigger and stacking up your bank account, God is going to continue to open doors. He's going to continue to bless you. He's going to continue to create avenues for you because he knows that your heart is in it for all the right reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So kudos again. Look at you. You getting all kinds
of
applause over here.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, I always say to people that, you know, God gives us all a purpose. He gives us, you know, we all have a purpose in life. And not everybody's purpose is going to be behind the pulpit with a Bible in their hand.
That's right.
So he wants us to know how to actually show love to each other and to help each other.
Right.
And finding your purpose in doing that. And I think what you're doing is exactly on that path of what your purpose is, with just helping people and whether it's with people who lost their eyebrows like me, whether it's people who can't get rid of their fupa like me, or like you said, going out there and sharing your story with somebody to give them inspiration and hope that, you know, this too shall pass and you can still overcome these things. So I think that's wonderful. And so what do you have next in store for your business?
Just continuing to grow it. Honestly, by next year, I plan on retiring from the hospital. Just focusing more on my businesses because I have a lot of business ventures and they are all skyrocketing. So I just want to focus more on my businesses and just, you know, do more for my businesses and my company. So that's really all I have in store. Just continuing to prosper, always remembering to stay grounded. That's first and foremost. Always remember to thank God because without God, none of this would be possible. So that's pretty much it. I just want to stay grounded, focused, and just continue to elevate. That's all I want.
So what does that feel like to be able to say, girl, I'm 32 and I'm going to be retiring next year? Like, what is
great? That? It feels great because honestly, my husband been like, quit that junk, let that junk go. But I love doing what I do. So it's just so hard to walk away. But I just know that it's that time because my businesses are doing very well. And I feel like my businesses could do better if I focus more on them, you know. So that's why I'm going to, by next year, it's going to be the end of the road for me, or whatever.
Well, have you thought about maybe doing a nonprofit or something like that so you could continue to help children? Just maybe
I have been thinking about doing a nonprofit. Actually, me and my mom were thinking about starting a nonprofit because she does kind of have a nonprofit where she gives back to the community. With like she does bags. She'll give like bags to the homeless, feed the homeless and things like that. But we were talking about just growing it as a whole, doing it all year round because right now we're only doing it around certain times of the year. But we were talking about just doing something all year round where people can come and get clothes, food, resources, just all the things that they need that they're not able to get. They can come to this place and get it. So we're actually working on that right now. I didn't really want to spill the beans on that yet because it's not finalized, but it's you know, it's okay because when you manifest it's there. So we manifesting it, so it's gonna work out. We're just trying to get, you know, the little small stuff done with it now, but it's gonna work out. It's gonna be ours. So, you know, yeah.
Okay, yeah, and I believe that it will come through because you just have that spirit of help and service. And that's pretty much what that is, that spirit of service, wanting to serve your community, wanting to help your community grow. And that's part of what Faithfully Her is all about. Is, you know, one of the, in my mission statement, it definitely says we're just looking to build the community up one family at a time.
That's right.
And just helping people grow, because you never know what's happening inside of somebody's house.
That's right.
That child is going through and what they're experiencing. So if you're an avenue to provide that help and that give them that love and support that they need, then hopefully that trickles down to where the whole family can start seeing it and finding that hope within that, seeing that hope that that one child have, and it inspires them to say, you know what, maybe I can do a little bit better.
Right.
Yeah. And I know what I do like about the story, especially with your book. So I was adopted, but my biological mother had a drug problem.
Okay.
I'm the second of three. So even though I was adopted out, the oldest and the baby stayed within the family. And I just know from talking to them, once we met each other, like decades later, and I actually met the biological family, just talking to them, I know that they went through a lot. And they had their stresses and their struggles growing up with a mother who was an addict, and all the things that they was experiencing with her, and then being bounced around from different family members. And my my sister actually was an adult entertainer when I met her, which is how I fell into the business.
Okay.
Because I wanted to bond with her, and she
Yeah.
was looking at me as, oh, you're this privileged little private school girl. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I'm like, no, I could be around the way.
Right.
So,
because they probably was looking at you like they probably looking at you like you was the lucky one.
They were. And actually, yeah, definitely. That I got the better end of everything because I was adopted out.
Right.
But I didn't want her to feel that way about me. I wanted her to just look at me as a person. So
right,
I jumped into her world so she can see, like, yeah, okay, I did grow up a little privileged and I'm a little spoiled. But
right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm still an everyday person. And
right.
I still had my own little demons that I was dealing with as well. And, I just wanted to get into that. So that's what I'm saying. I could so relate to the story just because listening to you, I can hear my sister telling me things about her childhood and how she grew up and, the ugly things that was happening to her growing up with the mom with an addiction and her having children early or whatever, and then going into this world of adult entertainment to feed her kids, to put a roof on her head and everything else. So I can definitely relate that story to personal situations. And just knowing, like you said, that you can overcome those things, that it doesn't define you, even though we go through all of the hurt and the pain of what we may see our parents experiencing. You don't have to carry that hurt and pain on you.
Right. That's right. That's right.
Even though it does affect you, you don't have to carry it with you.
That's right. That's right.
Overcome that, and
that's right.
You can allow it to strengthen you.
Right.
Make you better. And that's what it looks like you did. You took that hurt and pain, and instead of sitting in it and allowing it to break you down,
yes,
you found a way to find strength within it to build yourself up.
And it's crazy that you said that, because that's what I get upset with people about all the time, just making excuses. They'll say, I can't do this because this happened to me yesterday. Like, are you kidding me right now? If anything, I'm going to go harder because this happened to me yesterday. Like, with my book, a lot of people don't know, I had a ghostwriter to write my book, the first, because see, I have so much going on. So I tried to hire a ghostwriter to write my book. The ghostwriter actually tried to steal my story from me.
Oh my goodness.
That's why I wrote the book in 2 months, because it was like, okay, you really think that you can steal my story? Like, this is my story. I'm the only one to tell this story. I'm the only one to write this story. So because you think that you're going to hinder me and you're going to stop me, now I'm going to really get my book out. Now I'm going to really do this. Like, so with me, that's why I'm so successful, because everything that tries to hinder me, I take it and I reverse it, and I make successful decisions behind it. I'm not gonna let anything stop me. If anything, I'm gonna go harder, and I'm gonna make you madder because you thought you was gonna stop me, but you're not able to. The only person that can stop me and stop me from anything is God. And that means God don't want me to have it, and it's not meant for me to be. If God stops it, then it's not meant for me to have anyway. So that's what I tell people. You can't hinder nothing that God has already put his stamp on.
Yeah,
if God done stamped it, it's meant to be, and nobody can take it from you. Nobody can hinder it. This is my story. I'm going to tell it my way, and nobody can take that from me. So that's why I got my book out the way I got it out, because I'm like, no.
Yeah. Girl, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I am so proud of you. I love that go-getter spirit. I love
Thank you.
The fact that you just not going to let nothing block you. You know what I'm saying? From what you want for your life. And I just love that. Like, I'm 47, and since I've been doing this platform, I have met so many wonderful people. And each and every one has inspired me to a higher level. of myself, to where I have even said, well, you know what, maybe I'm just taking on too much. Maybe I'm just, I should just focus on one thing at a time and let that be what it is. And then I meet somebody like you, and I'm like, I'm going through.
You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. It's all about your dedication and determination. You can do it. And your discipline. Discipline is the key. That's it. As long as you got that discipline, anything is possible. Anything.
Yes, and you know what? You make me see my vision even clearer. Because a lot of times they say you have to have a vision for what you want to manifest. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to see it. And you just give me that inspiration to say, you know what? This vision is getting clearer and clearer. Like, I can get to it. So thank you for being an inspiration to old folks.
Thank you. No, thank you for having me on your show. I'm just happy to be here, and you're an inspiration to me as well. Just your whole platform with your show and what you're doing, it's really amazing. And I hope you keep it up. And I wish you nothing but prosperity in your future and all of that good stuff. I really do.
Well, thank you. I've told people this before. I had a heart attack last year.
Oh, wow.
While I was in the hospital, God came and sat on that hospital bed and said, this is what I want you to do. And prior to that, I kept praying like, Lord, I don't have a talent. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was antsy. I'm home alone. My son is grown, and he done went to college, and now he's living in Atlanta doing his own business. And I'm just like, I'm all by myself. I'm kind of driving myself crazy in this place alone. And I was trying things. So to go back to something you said earlier, as far as staying in your lane, knowing what you can do and sticking to it. So I was trying different things, but nothing was working, because I'm like, oh my God, I'm not a chemist. Like, I tried making candles, and that was a flop. And I was like, I don't know why I can't get this mixed together, or why I can't get the, you know what I'm saying, the levels right or whatever. So that was a flop. So I kind of just threw my hands up and was like, I'm tired of spending money going to buy all this stuff for candles, and they all flopping. And I just kept praying like, Lord, what can I do? What can I do? Like, I can't sew. I'm not an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I needed a creative outlet. And it was just like, what can I do? And Jesus said, this is what you're going to do. This is going to be your creative outlet. And I want you to showcase people and what their talents are and what they're able to do. I want you to change the narrative of what they believe we are all about.
That's right.
And I said, and I like literally came home from the hospital, and my son he flew in to stay with me after the heart attack. And I remember I was sitting on the couch, and I was like, I need for you to start me a YouTube channel. And he was just like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I need a YouTube channel, and this is what I'm going to do with it. And he was just like, okay. So he just like immediately did it, set it up. And I think like 2-3 weeks out of the hospital, I was doing my first YouTube.
Wow.
And I've been doing it ever since.
Congratulations. And it looks like everything is going good for you, and it's working.
It is. I meet so many people, and where I thought it would be hard to get people to come on and talk to me, it's been like I'm like, oh my God. And then he brought Rita to my life, and she
is amazing. She is amazing. She's amazing. She's heaven sent. She's heaven sent.
Yeah, she has been a complete blessing with setting me up with not only her authors on her roster, but with business advice.
Yes.
And, just being that extra guiding light to where I'm like, well, I really don't know how to get this started, or I think I have to go through 10 different steps to get it done. And she's like, baby, you only need 2 of them. And I'm
that's
like,
it. Yes. And I just love her because she gives it to you so raw and uncut. She don't sugarcoat it. She about her business. I love her. I love her.
A lot of people don't even want to give you that kind of help for free. They'll charge you, or they'll Mickey Mouse it, or they'll give you bits and pieces, but they won't give you the full thing. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes.
Or if they do help you, they want all the glory for it.
Yes.
And she is just not that person. She's
at all.
Hey, I'm
At
gonna
all.
help you. I'm gonna highlight you for this, or
Yes.
you know, I want you to be a part. And I'm like, really, me?
Yes.
And she's like,
Yes.
I'm like, little.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
She is a wonderful, wonderful woman, and I really thank God for her and all that she is doing and willing to do to continue to help Black
Yes.
women, especially like you and I, to continue to grow in our businesses and to grow within our personal selves. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
So I love that.
Yes, me too. And she also got me life coaching now too. So I forgot to talk about it. I'm a life coach also. So I have 2 to 3 clients right now that I have intimate conversations with. So I just want to put that out there too. If anyone needs private conversations, unjudgmental conversations, they can definitely hit me up for 30 minutes, and we can talk. And we can do it as much as they want to do it. I don't have a schedule. I'm always 24 hours, I'm available. So I just want to put that out there to people as well.
And that's good too, because that's my next adventure. I was
life coaching.
Yeah, I was.
Girl, you don't love it. I love it.
Yeah, I'm a behavioral therapist right now, so I specialize with children with autism. And
you know what? That's crazy. That's crazy because I literally I just retired from the state. I'm at Children's Healthcare now, but I just retired from the state of Georgia for 3 years. I was working with DBHDD, Department of Behavioral Health and Developmental Disabilities. Okay. So I was helping individuals here in Georgia that has autism, behavioral disabilities, intellectual disabilities, get a waiver with the state of Georgia so that they can, meet whatever needs that they needed in the home. Like they need to go to day programs, day services. I was helping them, get that waiver. So that's crazy that you said that you work with kids like that, because I used to work with kids like that.
Yeah, so I was telling Rita, I'm studying right now to become board certified.
Okay.
So that way I can be board certified and I could come to Georgia and
you can go anywhere, girl.
So and I was telling her, I was like, once I get done with this board certification, I'm gonna start taking my life coaching classes. Okay. So then I can get that board certification, and then maybe I could find a way to blend the two disciplines.
Yes.
And do an overall family type support,
I love it.
Because a lot of times the family members have a hard time dealing with those children. You're trapped all day, and I don't want to say trapped, but that's your focus all day, every day.
Yep.
With that disability.
Yep.
And I want to be able to give those parents that breathable space to where they could come in and they could speak freely and they could kind of woo-saw that moment and shake it and maybe give them some spa day treatments or something that's
when you get your certification, reach out to me because I can get you on, because you could be a provider where you can have your own services and you can counsel them through like family supports. You can be a family supports provider through the state of Georgia. And they'll have you on their database. They'll refer people to you. When you ready, just reach out. I got you.
And that's crazy that you say that, because since the heart attack, my son has been talking to me like, Mom, when are you going to move down here? When are you going to come to Georgia? When are you going to move to Atlanta? So I've been kind of talking to realtors in that area and, online looking at properties and space and, you know what I'm saying? But I told him, like, let me get this certification here because I'm in school. I've done it all here. I'm in here. So let me get it here. And then in the process over the last, I want to say 6 months, I think my company has opened up an office in Georgia. Okay. So I will be able to transfer with my company and keep my income. Okay. So that way I'll have, that income coming in while I'm getting set up and doing and getting my own thing established.
I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you.
And Rita's been talking to me about, you should write your story. You should write a book. You should put your story down. And I'm like, so I have started jotting my thoughts down.
Okay.
Putting my journal together. you know, where it's something where I would probably have to sit with her to organize it
Mm-hmm.
to a book format, but I have been
Mm-hmm.
jotting those memories and those thoughts and those feelings and everything down. So, girl, I'm trying to get on your level.
You can do it. You can do it. I'm telling you, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it.
So, to leave your final thought with people, what would your final thought be?
I would just tell people to not let their past situations determine their future situations. I will also tell people to whatever decisions they do make, just make sure that it's the right decision for them. It's the best decision for them at that time. And just to always elevate yourself and to always make boss moves. No matter what you're going through, no matter the situation, just think before you do anything, think about it first. Just make sure it's the best decision for you. Make sure that in the end, you know, you are gaining something from whatever is going on. Just make sure you're gaining something positive from the experience. That's pretty much all I tell people. And just remember to put God first and just stay grounded. That's pretty much it.
Amen. Well, everybody, we have been chit-chatting with Mrs. India Lee, who again is the author of the GC4 Enterprises publication, To Thy Own Self Be True. She is an entrepreneur. So if you like me and you need to get that fupa together, we gonna go ahead on and invest in her shedded fat. Is that, I'm sorry.
Yes, shedded fat eraser cream.
Shed It Fast Fat Eraser Cream, and I will be buying it. Okay.
Yes.
Then I will keep you guys opposed to, because I know y'all can't see my food pot on here. I keep it hidden, but when it's gone, I'm gonna be all out. Okay.
Yes.
And when I get to Atlanta, I'm going to look into and invest in getting my eyebrows done. So we're gonna put all that information in the description box for you, so you can invest, so you can reach out, purchase the book, purchase the cream. If you're in the Atlanta area, you'll be able to make your appointments and go on in there and get yourself done up right, so you could just be as fabulous as you want to be all the time. Okay,
all the time. Yes.
As always, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in with us today. I really do appreciate all the love and support. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, when you're writing the story of your life, don't let anyone else hold the pen. Thank you so much. You guys have a blessed week in Christ. Bye.
Thank